Welcome, viewers. We now confront a chilling truth about loyalty and the dark illusion of human trust. A warm embrace in the shadows hides a deadly secret. The hand that pats your back might draw a cold iron blade. We exist in an age of endless digital bonds. Yet when you fall, how many will truly stand by your side? In times of massive wealth, everyone smiles and applauds. But this flawless facade rests entirely on hidden greed. 3,000 years ago, King Solomon found this dark truth. We now open his ancient scrolls to reveal a true friend. A tragic betrayal rarely comes from a sworn enemy. It strikes from the one you trusted with your very life. In the ancient Near East, survival required strong bonds. Men sealed their alliances with solemn oaths in the dark night. They gripped each other's forearms to show absolute faith. Yet, darkness often hid the most treacherous intentions. When the flickering torchlight faded into deep shadows, a brotherly smile could swiftly turn to a cruel sneer. The sound of a hidden iron dagger sliding from its sheath is a fearful echo across human history. Why do these deep wounds come from our closest companions? An enemy strikes your shield, but a friend knows your bare heart. We lower our defenses when we feel totally secure. This blind trust makes the sudden betrayal so deeply sharp. The victim stands completely unaware of the looming threat. They offer warmth, while the traitor calculates their fall. Human science reflects this dark, ancient reality. Betrayal shatters our core belief in human goodness. Shock paralyzes the mind before the pain even begins. It is a deep violation of our social contract. You look into known eyes and suddenly see a stranger. The foundation of your shared past crumbles into dust. In that fleeting moment, the innocent victim is destroyed. The iron pierces the flesh, but the soul bleeds much more. History shows that empires rarely fall from the outside. They rot from within, through the deceit of trusted allies. Julius Caesar felt this sting on the Senate floor. The deepest cut came from Brutus, a man he loved dearly. This tragic pattern repeats across all centuries. Dark ambition and greed poison the purest affections. The traitor masks their toxic jealousy with gentle words. They study your weaknesses while offering sweet praise. Each shared secret becomes a weapon for future leverage. Your blind trust is nothing but mere tactical data. As the dagger strikes, the illusion of loyalty shatters. The victim falls into a dark abyss of deep despair. It takes years to build a sturdy bridge of mutual trust. Yet it takes only one silent strike to burn it all down. We are left to wonder how we could be so fully blind. The signs were always there, hidden beneath a polished smile. We mistake convenience for a genuine friendship. We confuse polite agreements with deep emotional bonds. What creates this dangerous realm of dark deception? We now step into the dazzling light of a royal palace. In Israel's golden age, vast wealth flowed like water. Prosperity brought comfort, but it soon invited snakes. See a grand banquet hall, filled with strong cedar pillars. Golden cups overflow with the finest vintage wines. Rich merchants and nobles gather in festive joy. Loud laughter echoes through the warm, glowing palace air. If you held total power, would you know your true friends? Share your thoughts on this dark reality down below. In this glittering hall, the wealthy merchant stands proud. He believes he is widely loved and respected. Flatterers surround him, offering sweet compliments. They feed his ego while draining his vast resources. Behold the grand illusion of a purely selfish bond. A fragile loyalty bought with silver and gold. The traitor blends flawlessly into the joyful crowd. He raises his cup, offering a bright and fake smile. Yet his cold eyes quietly measure the merchant's wealth. He waits for the perfect moment to fiercely strike. When times are good, many false friends are plentiful. Success naturally acts as a magnet for greed. These companions are eager to share in your triumphs. They proudly stand beside you in the warm, bright sunlight. Yet, this shallow devotion is a very dangerous trap. It creates a false sense of security and pride. You begin to measure your worth by the size of the crowd. You ignore the quiet warnings echoing in your mind. The tragedy is that we actively invite this lie. We prefer pleasant words over harsh, uncomfortable truths. A man surrounded by flatterers is already lost. He is a king sitting proudly on a throne of fragile glass. Records show King Solomon possessed unmatched riches. This immense wealth attracted a swarm of selfish nobles. Yet despite his vast treasures, Solomon felt deeply alone. He saw right through the false, theatrical acts of men. He knew that a man who blesses his friend too loudly wakes him. It is perceived as a hidden, calculating curse. The banquet noise slowly fades into complete silence. We move from the crowded hall to a quiet, stone chamber. Here, in the royal study, the atmosphere is heavy. King Solomon sits alone, bathed in soft candlelight. He unrolls an ancient papyrus scroll on his desk. His majestic face bears the heavy burden of wisdom. With a reed pen, he writes words that will echo forever. He dissects the complex nature of deep human bonds. Many claim to have unfailing love and deep loyalty. But a truly faithful man, Solomon asks, who can find? The king realizes that true friendship is a rare treasure. It cannot be bought with gold or by royal decrees. It demands a level of honesty that most men avoid. Genuine care often demands that we cause fleeting pain. Have you stayed silent just to keep a fragile friendship safe? Tell us if you regret hiding the harsh, bitter truth. Solomon reveals the vital concept of the true friend. They do not merely echo your ideas. The true friend steps forward from the shadows of the palace. His clothes are rugged, and his face lacks a fake, bright smile. He looks at you with uncompromising sincerity. He refuses to join in the charade of the banquet. When you make a terrible mistake, he blocks your careless path. He speaks the harsh words that break your fragile ego. This pure act feels like a sudden and fierce attack. Your pride rebels against his brutal, direct honesty. But Solomon's proverb reveals the deep nature of this act. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, the ancient text declares. These harsh wounds are entirely vital for survival. They act like a surgeon's knife, cutting out the disease. The pain caused by a true friend is a strong, healing pain. It is driven by pure love, not malicious intent. It warns against the deadly kisses of a hidden foe. The flatterer covers you in sweet and endless praise. These kisses are the drug applied before the lethal strike. They lull you into a deep and fearful state of blindness. We must part the healer from the hidden, deadly foe. We value the stern warning over the gentle lie. The true companion does not leave you in your darkest hour. When the banquet ends and the gold is gone, he remains. He stands like a sturdy cedar pillar against a raging storm. He shares the heavy burden of your deep defeats. Iron sharpens iron, as the ancient biblical text states. True friends make each other better through healthy friction. They challenge your assumptions and demand your highest potential. This process is uncomfortable, but it is deeply vital. A friendship without conflict is often a bond without depth. It is a shallow pool that dries up in the fierce heat. The ultimate test of loyalty is the willingness to offend. A friend will risk your anger to save you from ruin. This requires an immense amount of courage and dedication. It is the exact opposite of the sycophant's cowardice. We return to the tragic scene of the initial betrayal. The victim kneels on the cold stone, utterly devastated. His elegant robes are torn, his spirit completely broken. He looks up from the deep shadows, searching for an answer. The betrayer stands above him, revealing his true, cruel face. The dagger drips with the terrible reality of deceit. He loved the prosperous merchant, but he hated the fallen man. His loyalty expired the moment the benefits vanished. This is the inevitable destiny of superficial connections. They collapse instantly under the crushing weight of hardship. But just as despair threatens to consume the fallen victim entirely, a strong, calloused hand reaches down into the heavy gloom. It is the true friend, standing firmly in a warm beam of light. He did not attend the feast, but he arrived for the fall. His face shows no pity, only a fierce, unwavering strength. He firmly grips the victim's arm to pull him from the dirt. This physical act mirrors the spiritual rescue of the soul. He provides the solid ground when everything else has collapsed. True friendship is forged in the burning crucible of suffering. It is proven not by joyful laughter, but by shared tears. Solomon's ancient wisdom transcends the vast boundaries of time. It speaks directly to our modern, digitally connected world. We must carefully evaluate the people we allow into our lives. We must strip away the glittering facade of polite society. Do not be easily seduced by those who only offer praise. Beware the companion who never disagrees with your choices. Seek out those brave enough to tell you when you are wrong. Treasure the rare individuals who value truth over comfort. Their words may sting initially, but their loyalty is absolute. They are the sturdy anchors in the unpredictable storms. The betrayer leaves you bleeding alone in the cold darkness. The true friend bandages your wounds and helps you walk again. This profound difference is the ultimate mystery of human bonds. It is the clear line dividing authentic love from hidden greed. As the light shifts, the truth of the proverb becomes undeniable. The faithful wounds are the greatest gift one can receive. Let this ancient lesson guide your modern relationships today. Build your trust on the solid bedrock of brutal honesty. A life surrounded by flatterers is an empty, dangerous dream. A life with one true friend is an impenetrable fortress. The wisdom of Solomon continues to echo through the ages. It challenges us to look beyond the superficial surface. It demands that we become true friends to those we truly love. We must have the courage to speak the healing, painful words. For in the end, loyalty is not measured by joyful celebrations. It is measured by the steady hand in the darkest valley. The hidden dagger of betrayal is defeated by transparent truth. The shadows are banished by the harsh light of sincerity. Remember the warning inscribed on the ancient, weathered scroll. Do not embrace the deadly kiss of a hidden, smiling enemy. Instead, welcome the necessary wounds from a faithful companion. They will guide you safely through the treachery of the world. As the royal study fades, the weight of this truth remains clear. We are armed with the profound insight of ancient kings. We can navigate the complex web of human relationships now. We can identify the real gold hidden among the cheap brass. This is the enduring legacy of the biblical proverbs. A timeless guide to surviving the treacherous human heart. A deeply loyal bond is completely tested only when your entire world falls apart in ruins. The only ones who choose to stay when the wealthy royal feast is over are your true, authentic brothers. The glittering facade of the wealthy, grand banquets will ultimately fade away into total darkness. A deceptive, false companion merely worships the golden crown, while a true friend fiercely guards the king. We look at the brutally fallen merchant, bleeding entirely alone upon the freezing, cold stone floor. This tragic betrayal is a powerful lesson for every generation in human history. We are constantly reminded to violently strip away the incredibly sweet lies of the flatterer. You must never deeply trust the smiling person who only loves your most brilliant and shiny successes. They will undoubtedly abandon your side the very moment that the harsh and bitter winter arrives. The terrifying shadow of the deadly assassin is quietly born right inside the bright banquet hall. The fiercely loyal companion finally steps from the cold darkness to offer his strong, saving hand. He courageously pulls the ruined victim up from the utterly crushing and painful abyss of betrayal. The stern and rugged face of the loyal, true friend suddenly glows with incredibly genuine love. His immense, unyielding physical strength becomes the only solid anchor for a deeply broken human soul. This beautiful rescue is the truly priceless treasure that King Solomon spoke of so very long ago. It is an unbreakable, historical bond, carefully forged in the harsh, burning fires of deep despair. You must never eagerly surround yourself with the empty, foolish echoes of your own blind vanity. Actively embrace the difficult but honest friend who absolutely refuses to stand back and watch you fail. Their brutally harsh and painful warnings are the powerful iron shields that protect your future life. Tragically, we often only learn this profound human lesson long after the terrible, lasting damage. The shocking betrayal eventually becomes a deeply permanent, agonizing scar on your inner human soul. However, this agonizing scar is also a permanent, powerful mark of newly surviving ancient wisdom. You finally rise from the cold, bloody stones with a significantly sharper and much clearer vision. The dark, deceptive shadows can simply no longer hide the extremely poisonous fangs of cruel deceit. You quickly realize that absolute loyalty will always conquer a massive crowd of completely false friends. Just one cold iron dagger from a secret traitor instantly destroys 100 beautiful compliments. But the incredibly strong and faithful grip of one true friend can fully restore an entire kingdom. The profoundly wise ancient text of biblical Proverbs stands proudly as an eternal, towering fortress. It brilliantly guards our deeply vulnerable human hearts against the calculating and smiling assassins. The surrounding physical world may constantly change, but dangerous human nature remains exactly the same. The treacherous ancient court of King Solomon and the modern digital network are remarkably alike. We must carefully navigate these historically treacherous waters with absolutely open and very clear eyes. Always deeply value the painfully stern rebuke of a brother over the empty praise of a massive crowd. A dedicated true friend is a master architect who actively helps build your psychological resilience. Just quietly let the cruel betrayers walk away forever with their stolen and totally meaningless gold. The magnificent spiritual wealth of an honest connection easily outshines the brightest golden crown. May you successfully and always find the profound courage to be that vital, true friend to many others. Solomon taught that a painful truth from a loyal friend is better than the fake kisses of a hidden enemy. Look closely at your own circle of connections today. Who is truly healing your wounds? And who sharpens their blade? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe for more history.